Just because I love you, it don't mean I trust you. Everybody not to be trusted. Everybody around me thugging. Everybody around me drugging. Everybody around me hustling. Everybody know not to bring no new rigging around me. They say I be bugging. Got racks in the go-yard luggage. Just because I love you, it don't mean I trust you. Everybody not to be trusted.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Uncut with Q, and I am your host, Quentin Flores. And today, guys, I have a really big announcement, okay? And so I'm going to jump straight into this. You guys already know if you get value from the podcast, there's a fee. The fee is that you share this show. There's multitudes types of shows on this freaking podcast. I've been doing this now for 2 years. This is the 82nd episode of my entire series. So we've been doing about, 40 episodes a year? And it's been great, okay? And so I want to give you guys a life update and a huge announcement on things. Now, some of you guys have been following me for the longest time, and a lot of that is because I've been in the real estate space for a long time. I have literally a decade worth of real estate experience on my belt. I've flipped thousands of houses, and I started out my brand in the ground zero path. It used to be called Wholesaling Houses Ground Zero. And the reason why I called it that was because I started from the ground up with $0. And so ground zero was literally the term that was coined at the time frame. And this is like 2017, 2018. Wholesaling isn't necessarily one of the most popular things that people are doing yet. And it's a lucrative way to make money, but a lot of people don't necessarily know about it. Myself, among a few other individuals that make content on a constant basis on the internet, have all kind of came up around this time frame, making videos, people with cameras walking around chasing us while we're doing real estate deals. We've had offices, we've done it all, man. And so, I documented this whole process. And if you're here, there's a 9 out of 10 huge chance you're following me because I have been in real estate for quite some time. And so I want to give you guys a big, huge update. And this is something that's coming from my heart, literally. But a year ago today, depending on when you're watching this, I'm currently filming this on November 3rd. A year ago today, I suffered a heart attack, and it was a combination of a lot of things. Guys, I have 18 different companies. It takes a lot to run 18 different organizations, and there are really 18 streams of income. I'd say that I have my hands in about 5 of those awesome little passive income machines that I've built throughout the time frame that I've been building my brand. And I'm telling you guys this because I didn't think that this was something that was going to happen to me. I was so stressed. I was so overwhelmed. I was going through a 10-year divorce. On top of that, I was losing a business. On top of that, I had to pay back millions of dollars in debt for a business venture that went completely belly up. And I truthfully felt like I didn't want to live anymore. And during this time frame, a lot of people, they fold or they quit or they just go out of the industry completely. I never did. I've been still in this motherfucker making videos and dropping podcasts and bringing on guests and doing content for you guys this whole time. And so, man, the reason why I'm bringing this up, dude, isn't because I'm trying to create awareness over that, but I've talked a lot about health on my podcast, and I've had a lot of people come on my podcast too that are in the health industry that have talked about their weight loss journey, talk about how they got over whatever crazy freaking trial or tribulation that they went through to get to themselves in the most best way possible, where they're now walking, living, breathing the best perfect versions of themselves. And so I took a year off. My doctor recommended this. I decided that I was going to take a year off from the real estate business. Okay. And so I decided that I would shut my real estate office down. And when I did that for a reason. It was overwhelming. I had the wrong people in place. It was something that was so daunting to me that I honestly resented going to the office. I had people in the office that I couldn't depend on. I had individuals that essentially, and this is going to happen to you guys eventually, when you get to a point where it's like you're making so much money you don't know what the hell to do with, it's hard to differentiate who's actually your fucking friend and who's there just because you're making a lot of money. And money is an amplifier, guys. I've talked about this on the podcast. Money is an amplifier of the things that you are. And so for me, man, I've always been a loving guy. I've always been a caring guy. I give my last dollar to a homeless dude. I've done this plenty of times in my life where I've just over-delivered for the wrong people. And so it led to me really just having that heart attack, surviving it, going through the notions of healing, And when I went to my therapist, when I went to my doctor, you get so many things when you have a heart attack. You get a cardiologist, you get your primary doctor, you get a blood doctor, somebody who's going to continuously check your vitals. You're checking your vitals constantly. You have machines that you install in your own home where you're able to really track what your health looks like. And I've lost almost 60 pounds since the heart attack. I've been starting to gain a little bit of the weight back because I'm bulking, I'm eating a lot, and I'm lifting a lot. But my therapist and my doctors all recommended that one of the root causes of me having that heart attack was because I was stressed the fuck out. I was stressed. And this happens, okay? It's going to happen to you listening to this. And I pray that when it happens, that God grants you the strength to carry on, because it's one of the most mentally draining and challenging things that I think I've ever gone through in my life, was literally watching people turn their backs on me that I've loved and that I've cared about throughout my whole fucking life. And you know what? Having that chip on my shoulder mentality that I never fucking needed them. It's just like in my mind, when they've been around for so long, you become dependent on these things. And guys, truthfully, man, the only person that you got to live on is literally our Father God and his Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. That's it. When you lean on that and you lean on faith, great things are going to happen in your life. And so for me, man, when that heart attack thing happened, every person in my corner that was watching me and really making sure that I healed and gave me that support that I needed during this time frame, they told me, they said, Q, don't stress so much. And real estate fucking stressed me out, man. And so I decided that I was going to shut down my real estate office and that I was going to take a year hiatus from the real estate business. Since then, I've probably closed maybe 5 or 10 deals this whole year. And they're just from deals that my students have brought me. And my pastor told me, he said, Q, you got to figure something out, man. You got to find something that makes you alive, that makes you feel passionate. And helping people has always been at the very top of what has made me so happy throughout all of these years. Even the people that have done me wrong, I have still loved tremendously, no matter what. And so I decided from taking this year off that I was going to go all in on coaching. And I did. I built a massive coaching business. I have about 300 students on my belt. There's probably about 160 of them that are active. I got so many different types of communities. If you're listening to this podcast and you want to be involved with one of my communities, DM me the word wealth or DM me the word growth on Instagram or on Facebook. And guys, I mean, it's been crazy. It's been so astronomical being a mentor and being a coach. Getting hate because I'm helping people is also fucking weird, but that's just where we're at right now as a society. There's just a lot of bad coaches and people that just aren't giving individuals results. I love all of my students, man, and I've just been so blessed to help so many people. And so I decided, guys, that during this time frame that I would really just recalibrate, refocus on not just coaching, but my personal health, prioritizing my mental health, making sure that I'm no longer stressed, making sure that I'm still in the gym, making sure that I'm being consistent, that I'm eating the right foods, that I'm drinking the amount of water that I need to drink, that I'm taking all of my vitamins and nutrients, and that I'm just so present in my body and with the people that I love, like my family. My family is very important to me. My son's very important to me. Being a dad is very important to me. It's been a year, and it's been one hell of a year. This year has been a huge pivot for me. I've created so many different communities. I've created multiple different softwares. I finally got Jarvis off the ground. Jarvis is my CRM that I built to help real estate investors scale their business. I've created multiple just different things, and it's just been so awesome, you know, and really just focusing on the podcast, focusing on people. Guys, it's been an awesome ride. It's been an awesome ride. We are nearing the end of the year now, it being November rolling into December. And man, this is my commitment for everybody that's listening to this, okay? And this is my major announcement that I have for today's podcast. And if you listen to this all the way, I love you and I appreciate you. So I've never used school before, okay? And I decided to create a school platform. This school platform is for you guys. This is for literally anybody who wants to get into the real estate business. Now, not just a normal mentorship program. This is more of like mentorship documenting so you guys can see the track record of what I'm going to do next year. So if you're interested in joining the school community, I lowered the price to this to $25. It's $25 to get your ass in here. I would recommend that you DM me the word school. It's SKOOL on Instagram, and let's get you in, man. It's only $25. What I am going to be doing is different than what I see a lot of people that are doing on these platforms. What I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to document all of this from zero. I am going to rebuild a real estate company from fucking scratch. Absolutely $0. What money that I do have, I'm putting it into a savings account. In that savings account, I ain't going to touch it. I am going to do this business as though I had absolutely no fucking money. $0. Just like I started out doing this shit in 2014, 2015, when I had no money and I was trying to figure this shit out before I became a dad in 2016. This thing that I'm going to be doing, I am going to document the entire fucking process from the absolute beginning with $0. So there's no excuse for anybody that is watching this right now as to why you cannot get into real estate and absolutely crush it with no money. And I'm just going to do nothing but doing this like this business for a whole year. And I'm going to document the whole process. From the beginning, I'm going to be sourcing leads. I'm going to be cold calling using my cell phone. I'm going to be walking pre-foreclosure properties. I'm going to document this whole thing on my YouTube channel and inside of the school community. So you guys, if y'all are trying to get like the inside scoop on how I'm doing this stuff, it's going to be a pretty vague overview on YouTube. So I recommend getting your ass in school because it's going to be super dope. In school, I'm going to go into very deep descriptive detail on every single thing that I'm doing leading up to me closing my first deal. And I want you to follow with me, okay? Once I close my first deal, I'm going to use the money that I'm making from that deal and I am going to invest it into my business and begin scaling it using softwares and systems. From softwares and systems, I am going to move on to the next phase of all of this, which is going to be hiring a team and opening up an office and resetting the clock on something that I had built years ago with multiple friends of mine when I first got started in business. But this time I'm doing it solo. And so we're going to do the office thing. I'm going to show you guys the equipment that I'm buying, the setup, the tools, the resources, everything that I'm going to be using to not only close and fund real estate deals, but also what I use to just really take the business from one deal a month to 10 plus deals a month. And this is going to happen within a year time frame. And I am going to be documenting this whole process so that you guys have no excuse. You can actually follow along and be involved with what it is that we're doing. And so, man, that's my announcement for you guys on today's podcast. I really just wanted to get this in the air. It's all right to reset sometimes. It's okay to take a moment to breathe for a second and reposition yourself where you're like, maybe you feel like you're stuck, or maybe you feel like what direction that you're going in isn't fulfilling you anymore. Maybe you feel like it's not purpose driven. Maybe you feel like God's calling you to do something different. God called me for a year of coaching. I spent a whole year of mine focused on coaching. I still plan on doing coaching next year. That's what the communities and stuff are about, but I'm going to align it with a real estate business that I am going to run solo. I'm not going to ask for any help. We're not going to do this at all with anybody's help, with no money, no help, no nothing. I'm just going to go in with what I know, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this shit from A to Z. And so that's my message for you guys today, man. I really want y'all to be involved with what I'm doing. This is going to be so freaking sick. And I just would love for you guys to not only watch me do this, but to be a part of it and really make what I'm going to be doing applicable to what you guys can do as well. All right. And so that's my message for y'all today. I love y'all so much, dude. Thank you guys for the never ending support. This whole year has been just a huge reset for me. And I just want to tell you guys from the bottom of my heart, I love y'all so much. All the messages that I've received, all the praises that I've received, and all of the support that I've received. I could not have done this without all of you guys. And next year, I'm going to pay it back tenfold. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what it takes to fucking build a full-blown real estate business from nothing. All right. Love you guys so much. I'll see y'all on the next one. Let's get it.